CDC, more than 22% of Coloradans suffer from arthritis, and more than 60 million across the country are affected by the disease. The Arthritis Foundation says it's the #1 cause of disability in the U.S. This month is National Arthritis Awareness, and joining us is the Executive Director of the Arthritis Foundation for Colorado and Wyoming, Barbara Abbey. Thank you so much for taking the time to come in and chat with us. This is a really common problem. At what point do you usually advise to people to maybe start going to the doctor and getting their symptoms checked out?
Well, first, thank you, Anusha, for giving us the time to be here. It really kind of comes on over time. One of the myths that we know is that a lot of people think that arthritis occurs mostly in seniors, but that's not necessarily the case. We know that there are a certain number of people, hundreds of thousands of children under the age of 16 that have arthritis, and different types of arthritis can occur and be diagnosed in 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and on up. So the primary thing is when you start noticing that your joints are stiff and sore, it's hard to move, maybe you can't do some of the things that you used to do, and pain and swelling. Yeah. That's a big indicator.
You know, when we talk about raising awareness this month, what do you want people in particular to be focusing on and thinking about?
I think it's mostly the fact that, #1, there is no cure for this disease, and it is a chronic disease affecting 60 million people, as you mentioned. But there are treatments and there are ways that people can live a better, more enjoyable life. It doesn't mean that they have to say no to everything that they once used to do. And I think that's where a lot of people they can get depressed, they can feel isolated, they can just feel like there is no hope. And that's what the Arthritis Foundation wants to do, is bring back that sense of community and that sense of hope that, yes, there are a lot of things that you can do as a group together, and you just find your people.
Yeah. And we know for sure that there is a big community because you just had a walk, right, last weekend?
We did. It was last Sunday. It was our annual Walk to Cure Arthritis. There are 50 some odd walks held across the country, and we did ours for Colorado last Sunday. And I brought you an honorary T-shirt.
I will take it.
So, yep, it's a lovely T-shirt for you. So we're still fundraising. We will be fundraising until next fall when the 2025 event is posted.
Okay, great.
But there's so many opportunities for people to get involved, and we just appreciate every single one of them.
Yeah, we're almost out of time, but how is that money used that's fundraised?
The vast majority of the money that is raised stays here in Colorado for the programs that we do here locally. There is a portion that goes back to the national organization to fund research. Okay, because we are adamantly focused on finding a cure for arthritis.
Well, there is a community and there's a way to still help. So thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for the gift.
You bet.